Hey guys, welcome to this Smash vs. Switch speculation video, where I'll be talking about the possibilities for bosses in this game, or a possible boss rush mode. Before we get into this new stuff, let's talk about the past of Smash Bros. Bosses. In Smash 64, there was only one boss that would be fought in the last stage of Classic Mode, Master Hand. Master Hand is the only boss to appear in all Smash Bros. Games, and is certainly going to be in Smash vs. Switch. In Melee, Crazy Hand was added as an extra boss you fight while fighting Master Hand, and Giga Bowser was made to be the boss of the last stage of Adventure Mode and Event Mode. Crazy Hand went on to be in all games onward, but Giga Bowser became the final smash for Bowser, which does make sense. In Brawl, there was the addition of Subspace Emissary, which had 8 bosses. On the move to Smash 4, there was no story mode, but there were stage bosses. Really? Really? Aside from Master Hand and Crazy Hand, the only returning boss was Ridley, but his moves were changed to be like how he was in Metroid Other M. To add a new boss battles element to Smash, there should be a new boss battles mode similar to Brawl. I imagine this can use past bosses, stage bosses, and new bosses that can be taken from random games just for this mode. I'll be talking about new boss ideas, but I won't be talking about franchises that already had bosses in Smash Bros. So no Metroid, because that had 1 or 2 or 3, I guess. No Pokemon, no Xenoblade, no Mega Man, no Mother, aka Earthbound, which kinda had 2 bosses if you think about it. And no Mario, which had 2 bosses. 1.5. A 4th. An 8th? Let's start with Donkey Kong. Now, we might get bosses like, I don't know, someone from the original DKC, or maybe someone like Colonel Pluck, but I think this boss would likely be someone from Tropical Freeze. So, I don't know what it is about Bashmaster the Unbreakable. Maybe his battle in Tropical Freeze, maybe his cool hammer, maybe it's his kick-ass theme, I don't know, but I think he would be a perfect choice for a boss in Smash Bros. Maybe they can choose someone else like the Owl or the Walrus, but I would love to see Bashmaster as a boss. I don't know what Zelda boss can be chosen, but one idea that I have is maybe we can see Ganon as a boss. Not Ganondorf, the pig monster from the original Legend of Zelda. I think he would be great to see as a boss since he can use his trident and his magic. Hell, this boss would have a more unique moveset than the one that the current Ganondorf has. I have a few ideas for Yoshi. Maybe the guy you de-pants in Yoshi's Island, or the cloud guy from Yoshi's Story, or what about giant baby Bowser? That would be freaking amazing. There are a lot of ideas for a Kirby boss. One that sticks out to me is Zero 2. Maybe it's because his eye bleeds when he gets hit. Another idea that sticks out to me is Magolor. That is, if he isn't playable. But I don't know how he would play as a boss or as a fighter since I didn't do any research on him. Star Fox does have a lot of bosses that can be used, but I think everyone knows that the best choice would be Andross. It can't be the one from the original Star Fox, but maybe the one in Star Fox 64, or the one in Star Fox Adventures, or the robotic looking one in Star Fox Zero. I have no idea for Fire Emblem. Maybe we could get something like the Black Knight from Path of Radiance. Here's an idea. What about the Polar Bear from Ice Climber? Maybe he can be a boss, and maybe he can jump to make mini earthquakes and make icicles fall, and maybe he can get help from Topies or the Pterodactyl. Though if we're gonna get a Polar Bear as a boss, I'd rather have this one. Kid Icarus has some bosses that can work. You guys all like Hades, right? What if he's a Smash Bros. Boss? I'm not sure how they would make him work. I imagine it would be something like how you fight Master Giant, but Sakurai made this Hades, so he should be able to make him work. For Pikmin, I hope they don't just use the Onion Crab from the Garden of Hope, because 1, he's not a boss on the stage, and 2, there are many other ideas that can be used. Maybe the Burrowing Snagrit, or the Crystal Centipede, or the Queen Bee, or the Death Worm, or the Blob Guy. If you couldn't already tell, I recently played Pikmin 3, I enjoyed it, and I think one of these bosses would be chosen, since Pikmin 3 was the most recent Pikmin game. For Sonic, we have to have Dr. Eggman. Eggman's the main villain. He's iconic, and he's got a lot of machines he can use for his battle. And no, it cannot be anyone other than Eggman. I don't think there are any Animal Crossing bosses. I already said in the Punch-Out Brawler Brainstorm that King Hippo would be the best fit for a Punch-Out boss character. I see him fighting the same way that he fights in Punch-Out. I imagine there would be an opening where you would hit him in his mouth and continually deliver damage while he tries to put his pants up, just like in Punch-Out. I don't know any good ideas for a Pac-Man boss. Maybe the giant retro Pac-Man, or all of the ghosts except 3D to differentiate from the assist trophy. I don't know. Street Fighter has a lot of bosses that can be used, but I think the best choice would be M. Bison. M. Bison can float around, uses crazy kicks, and his psycho power to make for an interesting Smash Bros. Boss. I don't know what boss to pick for Final Fantasy, maybe Kefka, but that's a bit of a stretch since he's from Final Fantasy VI and Cloud is from Final Fantasy VII. Bayonetta has a lot of big creatures that can possibly work as bosses in Smash Bros, though I don't know which one, but there's a lot to choose from. What about Splatoon? With the Inklings confirmed for Smash, we can probably see the first boss from Splatoon 1, or maybe DJ Octavio, or maybe a boss from Splatoon 2. What about other franchises I talked about, like Resident Evil? Resident Evil has a lot of bosses that can be used, like Wesker, Ustanik, Jack Baker, Jack Norman, Jack Krauser, why there's so many Jacks. What about Nemesis? He would fit perfectly, and he would use his rocket launcher and his mutant tentacle things. Monster Hunter should have big monsters that can be bosses. Ghosts and Goblins has some creatures that can be bosses, like that one dragon from Marvel vs. Capcom. Rayman can have a boss from Rayman Origins or Rayman Legends. I just don't know who. Rabbids can bring a boss from Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, like... No More Heroes can have that one robot assassin. Banjo-Kazooie can have Gruntilda. And for Battletoads, I don't think most people who played Battletoads got to fight most of the bosses. Well, there are all my ideas. What bosses do you think can be seen in Smash for Switch? Let me know in the comments, and next time, I'll be talking about stages.